Good morning from Haymarket. Let's go have a ride to the Opera House. Check out 1080p at 60. Sorry, 1080p at 100. Early morning ride. There's a map. Lovely City of Sydney map. Yes. We are here. We're going to go through Darling Harbour. This is all the Chinatown precinct, sort of, here. Actually, if you just can zoom in on those QR codes, there's a wealth of information for you. Okay. Those QR codes have a wealth of information. Transport information, tourist information, the City of Sydney access guide, as well as phone numbers. How about that? Okay. Hopefully, those QR codes should work perfectly. Look at this. Japanese or Korean restaurant, can't tell. The Bird's Nest, which is the City of Sydney Library, off to the right. This is why they call it the Bird's Nest. Apparently, that actually isn't wood, it's recycled plastic. It is beginning to develop a little bit of lovely moss. Now, I think my suggestion to the City of Sydney Council and the librarians of the world have to agree. Perhaps this structure could use a bit of Spanish moss, eh? Maybe glow in the dark Spanish moss. So this library incorporates takeaway restaurants, a micro brewery, a 5-star Chinese restaurant, sort of cocktail bar. Really quite something. Who is this? Look at this video. Interesting. Early morning before everything wakes up. Yeah. Again, that's the library. There's a bit of Spanish moss. Some hanging orchids. Lovely bit of architecture. It's been about complete for about 2 years now. Let's spin around and have another look from this angle. This is called the Pump House Brewery. It used to be an old brewery. Very industrial on the inside. Here we are. Once again, the City of Sydney Library. Hey, doggies. Another look. How about that? It says food hall and bar. I assure you, children's daycare and a very, very high-tech library. Lovely down here when there's nobody around. Normally wouldn't cruise even at this speed through here. Sydney ICC. National Exhibition Centre, Conference Centre. Come down here and see shows as well. Really world-class facilities. Again, just amazing architecture. For those who like civic architecture, I think it's amazing. Can't ride through the sprinklers today. Bike is allergic to water. I think we've been operating on 2 times zoom. How the resolution looked. There we go, back to normal widescreen. Beautiful down here. Love these gardens. There's gala concerts, eh? Water park for the kids. Maybe we could have a ride around the water park for kids while there are no kids. I think that's permissible. Lovely glass lift that takes one to the backside of Ultimo in Piermont. Look at this, slides and stuff. My. Oh, stainless steel. Wow, pretty cool. There's water fountains. First one of those cost $20,000. It was installed in Circular Quay for the 2000 Olympics. $20,000 for the first one. Reasonably sure they would have cost a little bit less after that, but $20,000, it was outrageous. A bit of park area for children. And lovely gardens. Jungle gym, alternate and rope jungle gyms, eh? That. Normally can't come through here when there are children. I don't see any children today, so I think we can take a little look. Harry's Cafe that's not open. Yummy Australian meat pies. Just look at the architecture here. Sunshades. All sorts of things for kids. See this. many, many different rivers. We'll try to zoom. Okay. Very nice. Well, normally can't even come close to this. With a bicycle is certainly not a camera when children are playing. Look at these facilities, some sort of a water wheel. They crank that, and the water comes through here. And here, it looks like a corkscrew. Good. Brings out the little boy in me. I'd love to check that out. Okay. Well, the early bird does catch its worm sometimes with the YouTube vlogging. Ultimate Darling Harbour, Darling Walk children's playground experience. I understand a lot of this was funded because they finally relented and allowed a very small, tasteful McDonald's that one might be able to see in the background. A long time McDonald's wasn't permitted in the area, and now it is, and look at the benefits. Ultimate children's inner city playground. I could object to that. Playground goes on and on. There's even just more and more and more of it. Look at this. Wow. 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 It carries on here under the freeway overpass. Filtered water available. Okay. Amazing stainless steel slides. Do not climb, it says. Do not climb. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, this will be boring many of the viewers. Distance, the new casino. Try a little zoom shot here. Two-time zoom seems to work very well. That's the new IMAX theater. Building with a W. Okay, great. It's recommended not to do zooming while making YouTubes. I disagree. this is all part of the International Convention Center project. Stretches throughout all the areas that we've just gone through. Okay. Higher angle because we have so many lovely buildings. Nice. Have a lovely water effect here. Interesting. See how 1080p at 100 picks this up. That's lovely. Get one of those for my backyard one day. Really extremely relaxing to look at for just a short time. I like it. I like it. Alright. Bit of instant Zen effect. We're building the new harbour side, which was originally known as the Darling Harbour, and it's some sort of massive building with apartments, hopefully a little bit of affordable housing. One can only look for. Harbour side. Straight ahead, the building with the W is the new IMAX Theatre, and there appear to be a lot of offices. A bit nasal this morning again. Fitness people out. Love these steps. Overpass that takes one into the city. There should be an elevator as well for the disabled or simply bicycle-bound people. Yeah, there's the elevator. Service at this time of the morning, I suppose. Yeah. Always has loved this. So cool. That is or was a nightclub and bar. The marina. Lovely fountain once again. Have a look because there's nobody around. No hustle and bustle. Wow. this. Amazing. Is this for a fountain? Birds, eh? Love this one. Handmade. Solid stainless steel. Okay. I love it. As others do too. Cleaning services. Early morning activities going on here. Nice to be able to cruise around in here when there's no people. Alright, we will carry on. Lovely little ramp here for those using wheelchairs or perhaps bicycle bound. Don't know if that's funny or not. Pontoon bar. It's been there for years. Get run over by the runners. Run over by the runners. Okay, on our left, this is the Piermont Bridge. Right hand side, Sydney Aquarium. So yeah, I'm normally hustling and bustling with children in this area. It's nice to be able to ride around, safely take a look at many things. And it's a ferry stop as well, Sydney Aquarium. So one using the ferry network, this is where we come to. Buy your tickets right there for Sydney Aquarium. Directly across Maritime Museum. Submarines, battleships, historic ships, you name it. How lovely it is this morning down here. About 10,000 tourists and business lunch people. Cargo bar. Left, we have all the cruise boats. Look at that. Mississippi style. Yeah, party boats. All kinds. All kinds of harbor cruises available, there's no doubt about this. No shortage of options. Different price packages. Well, actually can still go out. Rather affordable buffet lunches. The company is known as Vagabond Cruises. Very nice experience on Sydney Harbour. Vagabond Cruises for those with budget in mind. Interested, friendly, lovely service. Love this architecture. I think with my sharp eyes on that boat I can already see a bottle of champagne being passed around. Cool. Here we have Sydney Ferry's catamaran coming in. That's the state government. We basically travel all day very cheaply. There's so many different destinations throughout Sydney Harbour's ferry and catamaran, etc. network, including Manly Beach, Doyle's, Watson's Bay. Watson's Bay, a restaurant called Doyle's. Yeah. Here we are, coming into the brand new, super fancy ferry wharfs here in Barangaroo Precinct. So yeah, see? Barangaroo and a timetable. New Barangaroo Casino ahead of us. Love this architecture. Look at this. Pretty fancy restaurants. Yeah. There's a little bakery. I'm absolutely craving a croissant. Food court on the right hand side. Like a bakery that, how could they have a bakery that's still not open at this time? What are we looking at? Almost 8 o'clock in the morning and the bakery's not open? Sydney really does have very, very good coffee available. And in this area, that coffee would be, I suspect, up to maybe $6. There's the casino. The newer buildings in the area. This is again Barangaroo, which is an Aboriginal word that for thousands of years has meant Barangaroo, which is obviously numerically different to Woolloomooloo. Closer look at Barangaroo. This place. Run into any of the diners. Swing back around and have just another little look-see at the architecture we is at the bottom of. Look at this place. Real estate shopping in Sydney. A 2 or 3 bedroom apartment in a place just like this would be perfect. Certainly wouldn't have to go very far to get coffee. That would not be far to go. Two buildings. These buildings look more like they belong in Moscow or something. Very brutal architecture. The casino, I think, is just wonderful. Barangaroo. International viewers will be tested at the end of the vlog today. All answers can be submitted to the comments. Very educational, learning the meaning of Barangaroo has been. Fancy, 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 fancy. That, if you can't read that, it says Cartier. It's the entrance to the casino. Doesn't look like a very e-bike friendly area, so I think we'll just cruise around the outside here. These guys have a great job cruising around. Not bad working in locations like this. Somebody in this restaurant could simply get up in the morning and open one cappuccino machine and be selling coffee, at least. Okay. Stop here and do something with this camera. How about that? How about that? Incredible visual effect. Yeah. simply open a cappuccino machine and have a basket of just simple plain croissants. Maximize profits in this area. What a shame we can't take the bike in here. The lobby of the casino, the Crown Casino. Oh well. Love the way the ferry's catching the light. Again, state government ferries. Yeah. Alright, I think I've more than had a lovely cruise around here, so it is time to carry on. See if we can make it to the Opera House today. I think we can. Views, thumbs up, subscribe. Hopefully Traversing Travels will be taken international. Wouldn't that be good? With my Velocio bicycle insurance, I can even pop this bike on a boat or maybe a plane and take it to New Zealand. I have to rent a battery on the New Zealand side. I'm pretty sure that they don't permit e-bike batteries on planes. Any type of lithium-ion battery larger than a mobile phone laptop, I don't think they want them anywhere near airplanes, so I wonder if that would be possible. To take one's bicycle, maybe even on a cheap cargo ship cruise, maybe. I don't know, I've never checked into it. Go to New Zealand with his favorite bicycle. Possibly rent a Samsung 17.5 milliamp battery in New Zealand. Yeah. That could be a good idea. Wow. See how this camera handles the reflection off the buildings. Time for another little zoom. Sun coming off these buildings, Very interesting to see how that comes up in 1080p at 100.
Yeah.
Lots of runners. Run over by runners. You can hear the clip, 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 clip just behind the bike. I'm going slower than the runners. Usually get a 9 out of 10 for safety today. Alright, that's 7:58 alarm. I'm not a fan of leaf blowers. However, I'm a great supporter of electric leaf blowers like that. The people of California were quite happy when Governor Schwarzenegger, many years back, banned the use of two-stroke engines in lawnmowers, leaf blowers, chainsaws, all that type of stuff had to become electric. The state of California. Damn good idea. Just the nature of leaf blowers is pollution. At this point, one needs to decide whether we'll go through an area that's to our left called the Rocks, directly to Circular Quay, where the Opera House is, or go around through the wharves, check out the wharves and stuff, and oh my god, the reflection off these buildings. Blinding. The early morning dew on the grass here. So, what shall we do? What shall we do? I think we'll go through the Rocks, cut across, and under the approach to the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and just be directly in an area called Circular Quay, where there's a lovely view of Sydney Harbour Bridge as well as the Opera House and more magnificent high-rise buildings. Beautiful park. The Mamba bicycle, it just wants to go off-road any chance at all. Please don't take me back on the streets. Please don't take me back on the streets. We will be going back onto the streets. Magnifying glass out and have a little read of that while I put my Oakleys on. We'll be a little bit sun dazzled. Once again, interesting experiment at 1080p. The auto exposure on. Is that a massive sun dazzle? Because even with the Oakleys, that is a lot of sun dazzle. There we go, Sydney Harbour Bridge. Closer than it appears on this widescreen. So, a silhouette of the bridge. Wow, what is that, a Ferrari or something? That has that showroom brand new Ferrari sound to it. This candy-like paint job. Nice. people are jealous when other people have nice things, but I'm not. I'm happy for them. It's more historic pubs. It's the Palisade Hotel that's been super renovated on the inside with an amazing rooftop club sort of area. Love it. Being a heritage building under something called National Trust, contain these amazing tiles. Look at those tiles, eh? Yes, Australian pub culture, very vibrant. It's quite priceless these days. No tax on beer in this country. I suppose it does help pay for our universal medical care system. There's Medicare. The rich or poor, there's almost equal hospital access. Right, I don't think we're achieving very much riding into the sun like this, so we'll just go straight through this. We're now crossing the original settlement area of Sydney called the Rocks. One of the very historic sandstone buildings, like the church on the left. Which I have to stop and look at today. Come down a footpath here, so see some natural Sydney sandstone. Well, has been cut away at this area. The arch. That is the approach to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Technically, I think we are going under the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Just the tail end of it. Loosen up my forks. They were locked.